Over the past 5 years, we've had this wonderful opportunity to initiate outreach projects thanks to the generous grant funding provided by the Catholic Campaign for Human Development. We have focused our outreach effort in 4 key areas: intervention, prevention, advocacy, and building collaborative partnerships with invested stakeholders. Our goals were aimed at causing a systemic change or a shift from punitive practices to those of restorative justice practices, based on the tenets of Catholic social teaching. Doing outreach work is always a work in progress. It's ever growing, it's ever expanding, as we search for ways that we can better serve marginalized populations. One of the most frequent questions I get asked is, what do you guys do? I thought it would be best for you to hear from some of our partners and leaders that do this work.
I'm representing today Padres Unidos. Padres Unidos, it's a family-based program. Our program is for families. We work with the families. It's very grassroots. We begin where the families are at. We empower each family to grow within each other. And the growth that we've seen in this community in this year that we've worked here has been a real blessing to us, where we've seen families come in despair. We've seen them come in with a lack of hope, and through the program, we've seen them empowering themselves with the knowledge of communication skills. Padres Unidos is here to walk with you in any way that we can. We are here because we believe in each family, we believe in each person, and a very wonderful thing begins to happen when you merge truthfulness, connection, honesty with families, that they themselves begin to grow into this, and they themselves begin to foster this within their families.
Thanks to the Catholic Campaign for Human Development, we were able to start a new program this year entitled Hand in Hand, in which we provide family support and resources for families challenged by youth who are engaged in dangerous and risky behavior. Our Hand in Hand program has been successful this year, but yet there's a lot of needs still in the community, a lot of families with at-risk youth that we want to serve. So continued support would be greatly appreciated in order to strengthen our communities.
When I think of restorative justice, it reminds me that I'm partnering with God in putting people in contact with themselves, in restoring them to the fullness of who they are, their worth, and their dignity. I think that's something that I've been able to glean a lot from Christbound. I see it in action when we go into the facilities, when we are there with the young men and women especially, because they will often tell me they feel loved or they feel grateful that we're there because we're acknowledging their presence and we're restoring them to who they are and who they really are called to be, and treating them as such, not just as another number or another person who is incarcerated, but rather we're treating them as individuals with dignity and with love. Some of the effects that I've seen Christbound have over the last 2 years have been just within the leadership and within our parish, this expanding of our hearts, this growing sense of we are community and there's more to us than just who comes to our church. Some of the lasting effects that I've seen in the last 2 years as a part of the leadership and as a part of the congregation at my home parish in La Purisima. So without the support of the Catholic Campaign for Human Development, we would not be able to support this ministry of Christbound. And it is not only a beautiful ministry, but it's having a great impact on the leaders who participate, on the community who supports it, on the pastors, all the way, I would say, to the church. It's really impacting the way that we embrace the mission of the church, that we walk with Jesus, and as he did, meet people where they're at.
Being pastor here means that I need to walk with our parishioners and especially our young people. Our community has drastically changed over the years, and our demographics right now, we have 70% Latino families, and the others are Filipinos, 30% Filipinos, and older Anglos. We have around 3,500 registered families and growing. Many of the families are registered, but some are not. And we need great programs here at St. Anthony Claret to reach out to our parishioners. Especially with the Padres Unidos program, we've introduced that for this past year. Our first year was very instrumental in helping parents connect with their children who are the at-risk youth within our community. And Padres Unidos offers a great avenue for kids to just listen together with a parent. Sometimes we listen separately, but how about together? With the great teachers and instructors from the Padres Unidos program, we're able to meet with them, provide a safe, healthy environment to listen together and to say, what are the true needs? Because sometimes the needs are perceived but never spoken about. So when we connect together, we realize that our young people are telling us things that perhaps parents didn't think about, but now they know, and they are able to have a better family life, such to eat together, to pray together, to be able to make good choices for their present life and their future. And I hope that we're able to offer it to many more families. God bless and thank you.
In the 29 years I've been doing this work, I have not seen anything like it. What I've seen happening as a result of our Catholic Campaign for Human Development programming is trusted collaborative partnerships with parish ministries, with various community agencies, and local law enforcement. I've seen funding subsidies for our programming that have come to us from parishes and community agencies. I've seen a shift from punitive attitudes to one of restoration and redemption. I've seen the passing of restorative justice legislation responsible for historic and unprecedented change in California's criminal justice system. I've seen family systems transformed into vibrant and healthy household environments. Because of the Catholic Campaign for Human Development funding, we were able to bring awareness and change in our community. It is my hope and prayer that we may continue receiving CCHD funds that will help allow us to keep this life-changing momentum growing and expanding. Thank you, and God bless.